Hello, my air signs. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is for the end of the year. I wanted to get this out for you to get some information to you before the clock struck midnight on the 1st. So here I am. I am going to read for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I have marked everything down below, my friends, and so you can just scroll the video to find what you need, depending on who you're watching for, if it's yourself or if you're a cross-watcher. What we're going to do today is we're going to find out what you're supposed to be leaving in 2022. Okay, it's going to be over here. And what you're going to be experiencing in 2023. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bridge the two here. We're going to find out how you're going to make your way to 2023. How are you going to know that all this is coming off, right? How are you going to know? Let's figure it out. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Who will I read for first is the question. I am intuitively thinking I should read for Aquarius. So the rest of you can go scroll the video, find what you need. Okay, Aquarius. Here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell Aquarius what they should be leaving in 2022, please. Round and round. Off the merry-go-round. It's time to get off the merry-go-round, Aquarius. It feels like you've been doing the same thing, cycles, right? Cycling. You've been cycling with your thoughts, or you've been cycling with a person, your thoughts about a person. I feel like you've been going round and round in circles. And there we go. I feel like in 2023, you decide that it's time to move on from these emotions, I want to say. And there's been already a lot of synchronicities today, but we do have a 7 here. And we do have 2 and 5, which is 7. Cards are kind of the same color, right? It looks like we are looking at throat chakra, heart chakra. I feel like what you want to say, whatever is on your heart. I don't necessarily think that you spoke about it, or maybe you spoke a little bit about it, whatever was on your heart. I think in 2022 was the year that your third eye opened, that you started to see things with a clarity that you've never had before, that you start making decisions based on what you know, based on the knowing you have in the third eye. I think that is why you're leaving this round and round, these cycles, the cycling. I think you're leaving this in the past. Yeah, you're leaving it in 2022. What I think you're gaining here is connection to your emotions. I feel like you are starting to get some downloads possibly, and that it's time to, speak about the emotions. You want to be free to speak the emotions. That's why you're in that little boat all by yourself. Got a map. All right. The bottom we have exchanging gifts. All right. So you might be, okay. New life, exchanging gifts. So it feels like there is something coming up for you that you know, or that you'll get a download about. And it's somebody who's going to be a great friend, someone who's going to be super loyal to you that you're exchanging the gifts with. Someone who could already be in your life, but you haven't seen them for a while. All right. Take a look here. Looking at the Divine Goddess Oracle. What's going to bridge? How are you going to get to 2023? What do you got to do from here to there? All right. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius. Communicate. Self-awareness. You know what? This is interesting because all the readings I've done up to here, I've done this reading for quite a few signs before you, and this card has come up either crowning or in this position in every single read. Pay attention. So I feel that you finally do communicate then, because I did feel that there was something on your heart that you wanted to say. I feel like you've gone through a lot of lessons regarding it, and so it's opened your third eye. It says here, receiving and expressing truth, receive and express truth. So there could be some communication coming into you as you get into 2023, I feel. It might even be in 2022 or just after 2022, so maybe January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, something the first week of January is what I want to say. Self-awareness is tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. Good for you. You're questioning your own routines. Why do you keep getting in the same cycle over and over again? Are you the person who is searching for a partner or a companion or someone to marry even? And perhaps that's not working because you don't have enough self-awareness of what's going on around you. It says tapping into the higher self and questioning routines and patterns. I think you're questioning previous, it's time to take a look back at previous relationships that didn't work and why, and your part in it. It doesn't matter what they did. The drama doesn't matter. The details don't matter. It doesn't matter if they hurt you. It doesn't matter if they called you names or pushed you down or whatever they did. I think that you're coming to your own self-awareness about your patterns. It's all about you. It was never about them. So I feel like you are going to realize by paying attention that the reason that you have failed relationships in the past is because you didn't have the self-awareness. You were not questioning your own patterns or routines. You were pointing the finger at someone else and said, this is your fault. Why are you doing this to me? I want you to understand that without self-awareness, you allow it to happen. It's what you allowed. We have pay attention, look out for signs from the divine, acknowledge red flags. And now with the self-awareness that you are going to have, I feel like you are finally going to acknowledge the red flags. And looking back is way easier, right? It's all 2020 in the rearview mirror. We can see it clearly there. But I feel like it's going to lead you to the sea. It's going to lead you to freedom, freeing yourself from emotions, freeing yourself. I feel like there's a lot for you to see now that your third eye is open. These cards are very close in color. So I feel like that these repeating patterns stop because you get self-aware and you start paying attention. So going into 2023, whatever happened back here, whatever reason the relationship failed, of which you were part of, right? So some of it's your thing to carry as well. I feel like there is a lot more trust in the self is what I want to say. Wisdom, there it is. You learned it, right? You learned the self-awareness. There's going to be some communication. So let's read further here and find out what that is all about. But first of all, we're going to go to the tea leaves. Let's do that. Just going to say, I can't wait to get this Christmas stuff off my set. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah. Okay. So round and round. So I feel like you're going, oh, that jumped right out. So I feel like you're going through cycles, or you've been cycling through the year of 2022. Jumping in and out of the same cycle, because y'all, we can do that. We can do that. We can jump out of a cycle, and if we don't heal ourselves, learn better, do better, we are just jumping into the same situation with a different body, a different human, a different soul. All right. So round and round, we have the owl. Good advice from a wise person. We have I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. There we go. The third eye is open. You're now trusting your intuition. Your intuition is telling you that you're either going to receive or express the truth in a communication of some sort. You could be dealing with a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. So it's a fair-haired person, a feminine of some kind for you. Tell me about the freedom. Tell me about going to the sea. Freedom of expression, freedom of emotion. I feel like you're cutting yourself free of something, and the universe has got your back. Sevens to me are 7 is associated with heaven for me. I feel like you're finally listening and you're moving on. You're learning. Tell me about to the sea. We've got family wishes come true. Something you've been wishing about. So something you've been wishing for your family, for children, grandparents, parents, sisters, brothers. There we go. We've got the boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Some of you could be coming into money. And then we have a younger man, dealings or a relationship with a younger man, someone who is younger than you. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Time to act. It is time for you to take action. I feel like, you're taking action by cutting yourself away from whatever is in 2022. We have the dark woman, dealing a relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So we have the light complexion and the dark complexion. These also could be children. Okay, let's take a look at the the tarot for you here, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Aquarius, please. What's communication about for Aquarius? Receiving and expressing the truth. What is this truth? And is Aquarius receiving? Could be. Beautiful. Beautiful card. Here's the Three of Cups. Communication. I feel like it's going to be at a party. It might be someone on New Year's Eve. I'm just saying, or if the holiday parties are still going on, I feel like it's somebody who you meet at a party, or a group of people are there. A reunion. Yeah, for sure. All right. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. You're going to allow the ending. You're going to allow it to end, Aquarius, finally. We've been going through this energy with you, right? That there has been somebody who you're wanting to come forward who has not been coming forward. And I feel like you're finally going to allow the cycle to close, because this Nine of Swords being in the reverse tells me that you're tired of overthinking it. You're tired of waiting for it to happen. Yeah. I think you're going to allow this to close. I think we're right on the precipice of something that you are going to end. All right. The communication, I feel, comes in a group of people. It is happy communication. It is emotional communication. It's going to make you emotional or happy or put a pep in your step. It could be from the Hermit. We could be talking about someone who's Virgo. Also could be talking about someone who is Scorpio. I feel like Scorpio has been hiding from you if we are dealing with a Scorpio, but death is something that is coming to an end. Yeah. Tapping into the higher self, you're questioning your patterns and routines. And I feel like that's what it is. And once you question your patterns and routines and you realize that you keep repeating the same cycles over and over because there's no healing in between, that's exactly what happens when you jump from relationship to relationship to relationship without allowing, the year for healing, the year of you, the year of yes. You have to heal the self first. And so I think that you are tapping into the higher self to realize that this person, that you are ending it with, who you are ending it with, I feel that you realize that they could have been a detriment to you. That it could have been something worse than what it was. That they could have taken you for more money. They could have ghosted you one more time. Do you know what I mean? I think you're putting an end to it. I feel that somebody else had the control here. This person who was bored was playing with you, I feel. Four of Cups here. This person's not even looking at the cup that you offered, understand, right? It's on the shelf behind them. This guy's hiding his face from it. So I think it's time just to accept that it's the end. This person is still sitting in this energy. They're not doing anything with it. They're bored. It's redundant. They're trying to keep their mind off of you, even though that you've offered the cup. It's time to bring it to an end. There you are. Yielding your sword. Yeah, I feel like you're going to I feel like you're not only going to cut them out, but I also feel like you have a lot of words for them first. I feel like you have queened up here, whether you're feminine or masculine, and I feel like you now are speaking your truth or allowing people to hear you. I feel like you are going to be cutting out somebody. You now are paying attention is what I want to say. Third eye is open. You get the communication from the universe that says, look, there is something coming. Someone that has been hiding or that you haven't seen or who's been working on themselves or who just hasn't been paying attention to you because they've been focused on self, finding themselves, finding their light, that you're going to see this person and you're going to see them in a different light, I'm going to say. You're going to see their light. I see that moon right there, right? You're going to see their light. This is the person who was ignoring you, who ignored your cup or didn't take the cup. For some of you, they didn't say anything. They said nothing. They nothinged you. And now you're paying attention. You're looking out for signs. You now understand that the divine will point out red flags if you're willing to listen. But sometimes we are so desperate for love. We're so desperate to have someone in our lives, desperate to be coupled up that we don't pay attention to our own needs. And I think that the universe is now telling you, look, you can be free and happy and have emotion. And it's time for you to go to the sea. It's time for you to head on your way. All right. Okay, what I got here? Tree of Life. This person's been in your life for a very long time. Yeah. But they've always left you in confusion. They've left you in confusion. They left you in lack. All of it, I think, really built you to here, is what I want to say. It's built you to be who you are right now. I've got the tulips at the bottom of the deck, which is about, being, having feelings. This is about love and of kindness. There's a Queen of Swords in the bottom right-hand corner. I think you're right now thinking about what you're going to say to let this person go, because I feel like you're either going to let them go mentally, and it might just be mentally. It might be that you're still stuck to their energy and that you haven't seen them in a very long while, but you can't get them out of your energy. Easier said than done, Elsie. How am I to stop thinking about them? Well, you need to take the lead. Yeah. You need to stop asking people for their approval, waiting for them to save you, waiting for them to come get you. You need to start forging your own path. Card number 15 is the Devil. You're scared to do it, and that's why you haven't moved on from the idea of them. I think it's the idea of them. I don't really think they've been physically in your life for a long time. I think it's time for you to take the lead on dropping these burdens. We have the 10 of Wands in the bottom right-hand corner, which is the clubs. And I feel like you're supposed to be the one who takes the lead. The thing is that this person is always going to be cycling back. I feel that once you let them go, once you do cut them away, I feel like they are always going to come back, because polar bears, once they get your scent, they don't give up. You could leave the area. If they get your scent, and maybe you have a close call with a polar bear, if they get your scent, you'll come back the next year. They will find you. They will not drop your scent. This person is always going to want to cycle back. It's up to you to be the one to cut them out, cut out the memories, cut out whatever it is that you need to cut out in order for you to forge forward. You need to stop waiting for them to end it, waiting for them to come back, waiting for them. It's time for you to get to get out of the passenger seat, to stop riding shotgun. It's time for you to take the wheel. But I think you're scared. 15 is the Devil energy. I think you're scared. I think you have doubt. I can't do it myself. I don't want to do it alone. Nobody ever wants to do it alone. But it's way better doing it alone than living in this kind of energy, right? Feeling powerless, giving away your power, not feeling you have any courage. It's not any of what you want. It's not anything of what you want. No. I feel like you think that this person was supposed to be the thing waiting at the end of the rainbow. I feel like you have already grown roots with this person. You feel comfortable with them. But I also feel like they've never been really straight about their emotions. That they've always had a lot of opportunities or a lot of people around them who are always offering them their cup. And I think that you know that. And I think that you don't trust them, or the Devil card wouldn't be next door, right? The number of the Devil. I feel that's why you're supposed to take the lead, forge your own path. A place you've never been before. It's time to drop the burdens. You've been carrying the burdens for too long, Aquarius. There we go. The Devil, we talk about him, and the Devil appears, right? So 7 of Hearts is in the bottom right-hand corner of this card, and I feel that that's the overwhelm. It's the overwhelm. It's like this person, I want to grow roots with this person, but this person has a lot of options or opportunities. Yeah. It might be a Virgo. Could be a Leo. So I think that that you fell in love with potential is what I'm going to say. This person never gave you a straight answer. I don't think they've ever said they loved you, Aquarius. But I feel it's like you were always covering it over, smoothing it over. Like, Aquarius, that person has never said they love you, even though you've said it 100 times. Oh, I know, but they're not good at expressing their feelings. I'm just going to let them have that one because maybe they're Cancer and they're just kind of under the surface. They don't really talk about their feelings. I feel like you're kind of like pushing it off to the side and not really dealing with it. Tell me about this communication, please. Receiving and expressing of truth. Tell me about this communication that happens, I believe, at some sort. It could happen New Year's Eve. There's a party. There's a bunch of people getting together, but it could be a holiday party that's still going on. Somebody is wanting you over at their place for dinner. Somebody even might set you up. Right. Somebody might invite you to their place and that person is there and your friends knew it. They knew they invited you and they knew they invited them. Change, quick change. Yeah, there's the Seven of Cups. It is confusion. It's confusing because this person, it's like sometimes they run at you and sometimes they're just silent. Tell me about the communication. We've got the Eight of Cups. This is the person who disconnected from you emotionally, or this person feels emotionally disconnected to you. There's that Three of Cups again. I said what I said. The communication is coming via a group of people. So you're going to a party. You're going to be asked out. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's have one drink before New Year's begins. And we have the Five of Swords. This person, I feel, has a habit of calling you in and then trying to take charge of the conversation. Like they're not a person who listens before they speak. They're a person who speaks. Like they're just waiting for you to shut up so they can say something. So the communication that's coming in is going to be harsh. It's going to be, hi, how are you? The pleasantries will happen. You'll be at the party. And I feel like this person comes at you right away with the sword. So where you been? Why'd you leave me? How come you haven't been answering my texts? Or my phone calls? Why are you sending me to voicemail? They still love you. Yeah, but I feel like you're indifferent because 3 and 1 is 4. I feel like you're indifferent. They're in the 4 and you're in the 4 of Cups. You're both bored. Don't let boredom make you lower your standards. I have a bunch of hiccups coming up, y'all. I'm just saying. All right, self-awareness. I feel like the self-awareness brings you to end this. I think you say to this person, thanks, but no thanks. You can keep your cup. This person has a lot of feelings for you and they're going to let you know. But I feel like you have a self-awareness now. Yep, there we go. You had a knowing, or you knew that this person was coming back. You knew that they were going to try and resurrect this thing with you. You knew that, they're coming in to take their judgment. Thank you, Charlie. They're coming in to take their judgment. They know that you're coming at them as the Queen of Swords. They know who you are. They know you're good with your words. They also know that they shouldn't piss you off. But this person is coming back and I feel like they're ready to take their judgment. And I feel like the self-awareness in you is not going to allow them to rock your boat. I feel like you're just going to say to them, look, thanks, no thanks for the cup. But it's time for us to end this dance. Yeah, pay attention. Look out for the signs from the divine. What are the signs? What should Aquarius be looking out for to know that she's dealing with this person that we're talking about, she or he? Pay attention to the red flags. Looking at a distance, there's all kinds of red flags here, right? This person, they got fire literally coming off of them because they're moving so quickly. So your person could be someone that you're highly attracted to, but this is someone that you've allowed to trample in, out of your life. And I think that now that you know that you're looking for the signs, now that your third eye's open, this is not going to get past you. This is not going to get past you at all. And you're going to realize that this person is actually not who they said they were. The red flag is they're going to come on strong. That's the love bomber. Careful for that. Someone who comes on strong. You're beautiful. Oh my gosh. I've met my soulmate. Look, I'm in love with you. Here's the cup. That's the love bomber. Be careful. So I feel as though you need to pay attention to know that this person, if this person is your wish fulfillment or not. I feel like to be honest, I feel like you are the one that is going to fulfill the wishes. I feel like you're already on your way to fulfilling the wishes just by breaking free from this person and moving forward. They know who you are. They know what you're like. I feel like you're going to cut them out. Yeah, you're gonna give them what for, and you're gonna cut them out. Or you may not even give them what for. I think that you may be very completely honest with them. Look, I've let you in and out of my life this many times, and I'll end up with a broken heart because you get into this 4 of Cups energy and you just stop talking to me. I'm not doing that with you anymore. I feel like the only thing that keeps you moving here, that keeps you moving forward, is the fact that you are the queen. You've leveled up. Yeah. All right. Round and round. What was the cycle you're trying to end here? You're trying to be more connected with the self, because I think you're showing up here as the Queen of Swords because you're scared to get your heart hurt, right? You're tucking away your heart and dealing with everything in a logical way, non-emotional. I think you need, once your third eye opened here, or opens, I feel that you have to then reconnect to the self. You have been disconnected for a while. And going into 2023, I feel like you are going to level up in 2023 because you're free. You're going to speak freely, right? You're going to the sea. You're letting yourself go. You're cutting yourself away from this person who has had you harnessed to them as, they had you in this idea of, oh yeah, I'm your wish fulfillment. For sure, as this person love bombs you and comes in, I feel like you see the red flags this time, is what I want to say. Yeah. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to let you go from here. Thank you so much for all that you do for me. Thank you so much for all your comments. Please get me in the comments. I love to see you there. And happy 2023. I wish all the wonderful things for you. I hope this gave you a little bit of direction. And if it did, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Happy New Year to you, Aquarius. I'm going to go for now. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Hello, Gemini, Elsie here. I just wanted to get a reading out to you before the end of the year, just so you have a little bit of a gauge of what might be going on. What we're going to do is a reading about what you should be leaving in 2022 and what you should be expecting in 2023. So what are you supposed to be leaving in 2022? Gemini, how are you? I hope you are well. I hope that your Hanukkah/Christmas/Kwanzaa was lovely. I hope you got to see lots of family and friends. I hope you're well. If you're interested in a private reading at all, Gemini, you can look into the description. There is a link for Wizio there. Follow the directions or email me if you have any questions. The email address is there as well. All right, Gemini, here we go. What are you leaving in 2022? What are you supposed to be leaving in 2022 here, Gemini? Co-create. It's time for you to head out on your own. There's something that's ready to be... I think in the future. Yeah, because the egg is pointing to the future here. So I feel like there's something that is to be birthed in the future that you will be co-creating with the universe, I feel. But I also feel is that that in 2022, you may have been someone who was co-creating with someone that ended up bringing it to an end with you, or you with them, because I do see the owl here, and the owl is about death and transformation, also about wisdom and knowledge. I feel like you came across something in the co-creation process with another person. I feel like your person or the person you were dating or living with or whatever the scenario is for you. I feel like this person didn't trust you. They had their eye on you. They kept saying you were cheating on them. But the truth is it was projection. Yeah. You may have been in what you thought was a stable relationship, but I feel like if you were, and if you have been thinking about leaving it, I think you are leaving it in 2022, whether that is leaving it in your heart, leaving with a knowledge or transformational energy that maybe this is coming to an end, and so you must begin something new. I feel like whoever you were co-piloting with or co-creating with, I think that person is the person you are leaving in the past. I think you're leaving them in 2022. Tell me what is coming up in 2023 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. I think we should acknowledge, I'm not going to read it that way, but we should acknowledge it's coming out in the reverse. It's chaos and conflict. I feel like you begin the year without the chaos and conflict is what I'm going to say. Maybe we should read it in the reverse, I guess. It did come out that way after all. So we've got card number 33, which breaks down to a 6. Threes, right? Threes, you're on the right path. You're going the right way. It's the end of conflict and chaos. You're going to be thinking clearer. I feel like everybody that's come across you this year has taken a little piece of you. And not because you gave it to them is what I want to say, Gemini. It's like people took pieces out of you. But understand, they took pieces out of you, but all of those hits you took are breaking the hard shell. And you are emerging. Who you really are is emerging. That's what I'm talking about. Breaking out of the shell, right? We've got it looks like maybe maybe you're a horse expert and I'm not, but it looks like an Appaloosa horse. But what you really are is a zebra, and you're showing your stripes. You're like, I can't even be encased here anymore. I'm not a horse. I'm a zebra. Interesting. So, getting rid of the chaos and the conflict, how are we going to get there? Well, let's ask, right? Let's ask. We will ask the Divine Goddess Oracle deck. Rest, energy activation, and apology. Okay. Ending the chaos and the conflict. The ball's in your court. You're the one that's ending the chaos and the conflict. You're taking charge of it all. And it's like, sorry, not sorry is what I want to say when I see this apology card. Sorry, not sorry. I'm taking care of the conflict. I'm no longer dealing in this. I need reciprocity from somebody, and you're not giving it to me, so I got to keep moving. Forgiveness through mutual understanding. It feels like maybe there's a something coming to an end here, something that you felt was chaotic. It's going to be different for all of you, of course, but it could be something like a relationship, or it could be a job, something that you've decided is no longer serving you, that it's only serving chaos and conflict, and you're getting out of that now. I think that you see it for what it is. You're becoming the person who you want to be, the person who you always were, actually. I think you covered yourself up or masked yourself, your beautiful self, because the zebras are beautiful. You're showing your stripes now. You're showing all the stripes. You need to be who you need to be, and you're going to do it. It says apology, but it almost feels like sorry, not sorry to me. Sorry, not sorry. Energy activation, it says connect to the divine through meditation or prayer. That's how you're going to get your answers, and that's crowning your reading. So that's how you're going to get your answers here. We have listened to your body, mentally and physically unwind. This feels like heavy energy to me. So the co-create card is never presented to me like that before. I just want to tell you, I know what it means. I've read the book. I don't usually go by the book because I'm an intuitive energy reader. So to me, depending on the energy I'm feeling at the time, it's always going to look different. But I really do feel that the person that you're with has their eye on you, and that this person accuses you of trying to bring the relationship to an end, or to try and create something new without them. Or I feel like the person that you are with feels that they're above you, or feels that they are the boss, or that they're the person who is supposed to tell you what to do because you can't make your own decisions. The co-create means that you have a partner that you have to work in tandem with. But I feel like this is going to end because the owl is present here. And I feel like that you are working too hard. For sure, Gemini, I feel like your hours are long and that you're working too hard. Listen to your body. Mentally and physically unwind. So notice it's mentally and physically. So don't just lay there with your phone. Turn your phone off. Put on some binaural beats. You know what I mean? Really be by yourself and listen to your body. And if your body is aching, your back is aching, your knees are aching, you could just be old like me. But there's a reason for all of that. And sometimes it's not just age. So please check into that. I don't read for health. It's not legal to read for health, but we can't ignore that it's saying mentally and physically unwind. It could be just that you're stressed out, that you need to relax. You need to rest a little more. Communicate, receive, and express the truth. You're supposed to be honest with people. When people say to you, how are you feeling today? You don't have to go into a big long laundry list of all of your ailments. And people who usually begin a conversation with, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm sick, and blah, 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 blah. Those are the people who actually are not living with these things, but they are these things. They're identifying them as that. So maybe you need to rest, physically, mentally unwind, because I think you're starting to identify with the aches and pains and cricks and cracks and the long laundry list of whatever. I mean, we all got a laundry list, y'all. We do. We all are carrying our own baggage. And I feel that you need to sort that out. It's not serving you. It's not serving you to be exhausted, to work too much. All right, let's get to the tea leaves here. The energy activation, I feel like the rest is supposed to be probably mental fatigue, I think it is, because the energy activation is saying you need to connect to the divine through meditation and prayer. You're not spending enough time alone. You should be meditating for at least 10 minutes a day, Gemini, and if you don't have time for that, please do it for 30. All right. Let's see what the co-creation is here. Tell me about this co-creation, card number 40. We have family sorrow, okay? Yeah, I was feeling like you want to get away from this person. Bird on a wire. I feel like, you know, the bird looks like they have a lot of balance. They can fly away whenever they want. I feel like you've moved far enough away from this person in your co-creation process, or maybe they're a business partner. Maybe they aren't a love. Maybe they are someone who you're in business with and in love with. I mean, you know, the scenario is yours. It is ending up in family sorrow, the weeping willow here. These things are popping today. All right, we've got the chain, a chain of events that will affect your life. It sure will. It might even be when you decide that you're going to rest, that your partner, who I see is this cheetah here, I feel like, or leopard, I should say, not a cheetah. It's got dots on it, so it's a leopard, I guess. I feel like that when you decide to rest, physically or mentally unwind, that this person, that's when it all begins to fall apart. That's when you see their reaction, you see who they are, you see that they're kind of on their high horse or up on the hill, looking down at you, thinking that you are smaller than them, but understand that this animal is looking at, you know, is looking at the owl as though the owl doesn't really know what they're doing or doesn't have control, but the owl can leave at any moment. The owl is very smart, very quiet, watching, and always in balance. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Yeah. So I feel like that this feels like a relationship that is not, it's not for the ages. I feel like you're leaving it in the past, or leaving it in 2022, whatever type of relationship that is for you. So we've got chaos and conflict in the reverse. I feel like going into the new year, you have decided, sorry, not sorry, I am putting up the heavy duty boundaries. That's what you're doing here. Tell me about conflict and chaos. We've got the boot. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You're now focused on you. You're no longer focused on this. You're no longer exhausted. I feel like you are meditating, resting more. Tell me more about chaos and conflict for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, please. We have the 4-leaf clover. It says great and good fortune. Gosh, some of these cards really have poor grammar. I'm sorry. I'm Canadian. We were taught England English proper, as we call it. So we have feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Yeah, I think that it feels like some sort of situation, whether it's a job or a person or a place or a thing, it's coming to an end, but I think you're the one who's flying away. I think you're the one who's making the decision to end it. But this person who's here as this big, strong leopard here, I feel like this person is never going to change their spots, right? That's a rote phrase, right? We use sometimes a leopard won't change its spots. And I think that you had to get into think tank or think mode to figure out whatever it is that you're going to do to birth something new. All right, we've got the forest, muddled and unclear thinking. And then we have the dragon, beware of self-delusion. Okay. Delusional self-thoughts. And those delusional self-thoughts can be ego, that you think you're the best thing since sliced bread and maybe you just don't have all the work done that you need to do. Or it could be delusion that you really are amazing and you just can't see it, that you can't see your own worth. All right, let's take a look here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Gemini. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. That's telling. That is telling. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands. We have 2 6s, and 6s are about divine nudges. It's about encouragement from the universe. It's time for you to refocus. Stop stressing out. It's part of the process. Let it go. Let go of control. Give it back to the universe and say, tell me where I need to be. Tell me where I need to go. We have the Five of Wands. And the Empress. You could be the Empress, you could be dealing with the Empress. The Empress could just be an energy, which is an energy of abundance, of birthing new products, people, situations. Maybe you're creating a business. It's of creation for sure. It's of co-creation, but this time with the universe. You're co-creating over here, I think, with a human person, is what I think. And over here, you've decided that you're all of that. You don't need a human person. It's you and the universe against the world. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in the reverse, you were waiting for them. You were waiting for them to come to you and say, you know what, you're right. Maybe we should wait on this. Maybe we need to cut down our hours. Maybe we shouldn't be working so hard. Maybe you shouldn't be working so hard. I think you were waiting for them to come to you and say, listen, you have to listen to your body. You have to unwind. You need rest. But no, I don't think they did. What I think they did is left. This person detaches from you emotionally, I feel. That this person doesn't, if they can't be the boss, they don't want to be in it, is what I feel. And I feel that the Three of Cups in the reverse is telling me that maybe that there was some stuff going on. If the Three of Cups is in reverse, it's either about no reunions, it's about not being, not going out anywhere, not being asked out anywhere, but it's also about third parties crumbling. So you could be the person who took yourself out of the situation and therefore the third party crumbled, right? Your person may have had you in a third party, Gemini. And understand the third party doesn't have to be a person. It can be work. And in this case, I think it is, because it's all about rest and the co-creation. So it could be that the person just was leaving you alone a lot of the time so they could work. Energy activation. So connect to the divine through meditation or prayer. I think what this is going to bring is it's going to bring people toward you. I feel that when you do connect to the divine, it's going to be bringing people into your energy that are willing to work with you, that are willing to give you what you're giving to them. They're going to give back to you. I also feel it's going to bring people back from possibly past parts of your life. I just noticed this. Oh gosh, there's so much symbolism here. I just noticed that on the shelf, there's 5 pentacles and she's giving 1 to the girl. So I feel like she's giving the Ace of Pentacles to the girl. You could be running a business. You could be hiring people. But I mostly feel from this card, the energy I'm getting here is that you know that once you give reciprocity, you will get it. And so I think that you're finally willing to give it. But I think it's really through the energy activation here that you're figuring out that you can't keep everybody at arm's length. Gemini, you must let somebody in. You must give reciprocity. You must give it in order to receive it. And I'm getting a song. Give me a sec. It is One Life by Headley. It's a Canadian band that no longer sings because of the Me Too movement. And the song is called One Life. I think you've realized, I'm thinking about the lyrics of that song, and the lead singer says, if this was the last night in these streets, you'd be a fool to take a seat because you have one life. So I think you've realized through your energy activation, through connecting with the divine, that it's time. I think this person here made you cut out a lot of people in your life. And now that you've broken away from this person, I feel like that there is, in these chains of events here, that you finally get some peace and harmony because you've realized that you were working away your life. A lot of people are just chasing money and they're going to chase it right off the end into the grave. And you realize in the middle of it all, Gemini, that you've been working so hard that you have broken some relationships or been silent with some people, or that you've been chasing money instead of happiness, because happiness is first and money is a byproduct of happiness. But I think for a long time, you thought that working all this time, putting money in the bank was going to make you happy. The apology says forgiveness through mutual understanding. I feel like you are beating yourself up about maybe leaving this situation here and maybe breaking up a family, possibly. Maybe you were in a family way with this person. You could have children. It could be a whole ass family, right? We have peace and harmony. So I feel like once you leave the situation and get some rest, you start to think about things a little clearer. I think that you realize that you were glad that you waited and rested first, because now you have the clarity that you need in order to recognize that there actually was a third party here. But you know what? It all helped to level you up, is what I want to say. We've got the Six of Wands in the middle. On the left, we have, of course, the Three of Cups in the reverse, and then we have the Empress. I feel it's because of the knowledge of the third party, or whatever the third party is, could be a job, could be a person, that you now are headed to victory. People are watching you, and all of this is for your knowledge so you could level up. You know, the hard times are the hard times, right? And we are supposed to have hard times. So for those of you who are trying to sidestep the hard times in order to get to the good times, there's no way you can do that. You must have your lessons. Otherwise, you're not ever going to end up here. And this is the place you want to be. It's the place of comfort. You know, she's Taurus and Libra, so she has balance. She has material things. She is adorned. She is adored because she has a connection, a direct connection to the universe. And it feels like there was too much noise over here, that you couldn't hear this. You couldn't hear that you are abundant and beautiful and amazing or handsome. The Five of Wands tells me that you are fighting with yourself to reach out to this person to apologize. But honestly, please understand that I don't think it's your fault. I think that a chain of events happened. This chain of events, I think, happened, that you maybe went away by yourself, and it's only in the silence that you'll ever hear things. The corporate world tends to keep us moving, keep it loud, so we can't hear ourselves. And I think that in the silence is where you figured out to listen to your intuition. So I feel like what's going on here is that, you know, the third party, you leaving, I feel, is what ends the third party, and that there is victory here, that you end up, you know, people are watching you. You could be someone who's in the public eye for sure. I kind of like that. Look at that. He's showing everybody how he can levitate a head in a bubble. But I feel like that you have some sort of a download. There's pink all over the top, pink confetti here. You have some sort of a download that allows you to finally speak your mind, or be who you are, or be true to yourself. There's also some green here, so speaking what's on your heart. The Six of Wands is about coming back from the fight, or the war. I believe that you've come from a hard place here, and that the Six of Wands is telling me you will have victory. And yeah, it can end up being a little bit of ego, but I think in the Six of Pentacles, you are learning how to tame that ego, because now you're sharing. Now you see people for who they are. This person just needs help. They just need a job. They're not trying to manipulate you. Maybe this person had you sort of in I see this card of Leo as the high horse, you know, because it's usually the depiction is somebody who is coming in on their high horse, or who just loves the adornment of people who woo over them. I think that people are going to woo over you is what I want to say, because you're now getting yourself in line. We have Six of Pentacles and Six of Wands. You're supposed to be letting go of control. And I think that the control you had is that you had to control your environment, because this person, because they were in a third party, I feel, blamed it on you. That they said, you know, and that happens a lot when you're in a relationship with somebody who's cheating on you. That person will always accuse you of cheating. If you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't trust themselves, they're always going to tell you they don't trust you, because it's a projection of energy. So I feel like you want to reach out and tell them that you're sorry. I feel like the Empress won't do that. I'm going to be honest, because I feel like the Five of Wands is here between the apology and the Empress. And this is, you know what, you've been playing mental games with me for far too long. And I feel like you are beating yourself up a little bit. I'm just going to say, Gemini, you're beating yourself up a little bit for not saying sorry. not getting into a mutual understanding, sometimes silence is the answer. And that's the truth. It's just the answer. So I feel like you get rid of the chaos and the conflict in your life. Efforts start to move forward. You start to gain the things that you want. 2023 looks very promising for you. It's full of great fortune. And it's full of achievements for you. And it is also, it's also you dealing with these people. The ones who are insincere. The ones who really don't care for you, but want what you have. You're the Empress, right? Taurus is financially stable. Libra is very balanced and very smart. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. So I think that you are going to be putting up firmer boundaries this year. In 2023 is what I want to say. That you're going to be, having firmer boundaries. You're going to be ending things like a madman or a madwoman. I feel like you have realized that this was not the healthiest place to be, and it could have ended up here. This person was lulling you into some sort of a feeling of it's going to be fine whilst they set you aflame. That you were in their toxicity and you didn't realize it. And maybe you didn't understand your worth, because I feel that the Seven of Cups is here. And although for the most part of it, I think that you were overwhelmed or not sure what to do. I think that once you get away from this energy here, the co-creation energy and what's going on here, I think this is probably the chain of events. You realize your worth. You realize who you are. You realize your worth here. And it's time to end some cycles. Not everybody gets to have access to you like that. You're breaking all the attachments. You're out. All right. Gemini. Yeah, I know it's really hard to break away because you were very in love with them. You were waiting for them, waiting for the King of Swords to come over and say, look, I've got all the answers. I'm going to save you. I'll speak for you. I feel like you really thought that this was going to work out, but it turned into a third party. I see 3 here. You thought it was forever. Those orchids are etched into the glass behind them. You thought it was forever. But these ones up front here, they're going to die eventually. And I think eventually this dies. Because you realize that somebody was not showing you who they really were. You're the leader anyway, and that's the truth. Yeah, you're the one forging the path. You are the leader. It's time for you to drop your burdens, and it's time for you to carry on in a way that's healthy for you. Whether you have to swim or not. Yeah, polar bears are great swimmers, but I feel like you're on your own island right now. Yeah, going into 2023, you're on your own island. I feel like you're getting rid of anybody who wears a mask. Anybody that you have a feeling of, I don't know. I feel as though you are getting rid of them. Letting them go in your life. You've also dropped your own mask. And that's why you're showing as the Empress here. Because you've dropped your own mask. Whether you're masculine or feminine. You've decided to be who you're supposed to be all the time. The thing is that the Empress will outshine everyone. Right? Definitely that person. They will outshine everyone. And you were probably dimming your light because this person couldn't handle your light. 8 of Swords. Okay. So I feel like it did take you a long time to drop your own mask and realize your own worth. I feel like you were up in your head not being able to make a decision and that you were overthinking all of it. And when it comes down to it, I really don't feel it was that hard to come up with the answer, but I felt like it feels emotionally hard for you to come up with that answer. I don't think you were thinking right because of this, the trauma you were going through, this third party here. So we have co-create. Yeah, this person was of a younger mindset or they were immature. This person didn't plan for anything. And I feel like, you are highly intelligent, right? And I feel like you would rather than act spontaneously or move quickly, I think that you are the person who thinks about it, maybe sometimes overthinks it, but thinks about it. And I feel like the person that you were with was someone who was quite immature, or there was a large age difference here. We've got rest. Yeah, it's taken you a long time here. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. It took forever, but I think you finally start listening to your body. And it's going to take you to great places. When you realize your body is not a machine and there are limits here. The energy activation, you have decided that you're going to work harder on yourself going into 2023 than you ever have. through meditation and through prayer. This apology, I feel, is now pointed at you, pointed at the future. Someone might come to you and say, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry how this thing ended. It is energy that is very quick moving. It's very quick moving messages, but please understand that the Knight of Swords is really not prepared. They move too quickly to be totally prepared. You might get half the story. You might get half the apology. Tell me about the end of the chaos and conflict. You're taking action on that. You are now taking the action that you need to get out of the chaos and the conflict. You're not going back there. You're not going back there. You're leaving it in 2022. So there is a decision that's made to drop your mask here. And I also feel like the Ace of Cups is showing up here because it's all about love, right? You really, truly were in love with this person. In fact, they were the one that offered you the cup, I think. But understand, I think they already had someone on the side when they offered you the cup. Yeah. But I think you're going to wait for love is what I want to say, because the Seven of Pentacles is under here. You're going to wait for love because you don't want to get yourself in a third party again. You have a cup and you're going to withhold it, I think, for the time being. And you're going to look for the stable partnership. You're going to look for the person who's the hard worker, the one who's creative, the one who's on your team. I think you're going to have a different criteria going forward. If anyone comes at you with a cup, you're going to acknowledge it and say, thank you, yes, or thank you, no. But I don't think you're going to ignore it because that's been done to you, and I think it hurts. And we have the King of Pentacles. I feel going into the new year here, you have all the tools that you need to be single and abundant and getting someone on your team. I feel like you can do it without the fourth cup, if I'm being honest. You don't need it. You never did because you always had all the tools. Right? Okay, I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini. I hope that was something that you wanted to hear. I think that whether you are feminine or masculine, that in 2023, if you haven't already leveled up, there you go. You're leveled up. You're leveling up. You're taking action. No more chaos, no more conflict, which tells me you're building healthy boundaries, and you are going to increase your efforts to build those boundaries because great fortune's on the way. And once you have that great fortune, you are going to have to build boundaries for sure, especially this person who is not dependable and is insincere, who is the person I think that you left in 2022. I'm going to go for now. Thank you for watching here, Gemini, and I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for the way you've been communicating with me. I know I haven't been doing a lot of air readings, but I will be doing more going into the new year. I'm going to put you on the roster, and thank you so much for the attention that you give this video. Love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye. Hello, Libra. Elsie here to give you a reading. It is what you should be leaving in 2022 and what you should be expecting in 2023. This is not a reading that has a timeline. I trust you will find it when you need it or when it needs you. So we're going to use the left side here. This is going to be what you should be leaving in 2022. This is going to be what you can expect in 2023, how you can expect it to at least start out. If you are interested in a private reading, Libra, please look below into the description. I do currently have readings available for the first quarter of 2023. That's January, February, March, April. It's a very detailed and long reading if you're interested in that. I also have my short readings as well, 15-minute readings. So whatever you need in between, 30-minute readings. All right. Here we go. Tell us what Libra is supposed to leave in 2022. What are you leaving in 2022, Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What are you leaving in 2022? A leg up. You're tired of helping people. I think that you're the person that everybody comes to when they need a ride, when they need help, when they need to get out of the cold, when they need comfort because they've been somewhere for too long. A leg up is what you're leaving in 2022. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't help people. That's the thing. But I do believe that sometimes that we can ignore our own things, our own needs. Especially if you're a parent, you'll know this. But we sometimes ignore our own needs because the people around us seem neediest. But understand that it feels almost like there's been a situation where people have been using you as the workhorse and that you've been gladly doing it. But I think that's about to be left in 2022. I think you are making a promise to the heavens. 3 and 4 is 7. I think you're making a promise to the heavens that you're not going to let people get a leg up on you anymore. there's still going to be some people that you wish to carry, and that's okay too. But I feel like the reason that you were helping everybody around you is because you were ignoring your own plight. You didn't want to deal with your head shit. You didn't want to deal with what wasn't going right in your life. Maybe they were helping you with children, babysitting perhaps. We've got a little baby cub that's climbing up on mama's back. And although I think that you need to be focused on your children, because I think you were focusing too much, you were scattering your energy too much, and you weren't able to focus on your family because there's so many other people who are in need of you. I think you're leaving that energy in 2022, that you're going to be very selective of who you give your energy to or who you allow on for the ride. Oof, oof, oof. All right. Orphaned. You feel left alone. Ugh. You feel left alone because there's so many changes. You don't know what to do with them. You feel like you've left your best days in the past. I feel as though you feel alone. Maybe you're in an apartment somewhere and you feel alone. You feel orphaned. Because the thing is this, and this is what happens. When you're a person who is always giving, and you're over giving to your own detriment, giving, this happens to a lot of women. They become the workhorse in the relationship. They end up acquiring a man who needs a mother more than they need a wife. You end up being the workhorse, the one who cooks and cleans and laundry and meals. And this becomes your life, even though you're still communicating or having a relationship with or working outside the home. Something else is going on and you're spreading yourself so thin. The thing is when you start telling people no, they stop worrying about you. It's happened to me. It happens to us all. We get to a place in our lives where we start saying no, and then we start to see people drop away. And so I think that going into 2023, you're feeling in lack. I think you're feeling orphaned, but understand, I feel that it's the place you're supposed to be because you're leaving. Who wants to be the workhorse? Why are you going to die before everybody else? I'm just going to say, right? I think you're leaving this workhorse mentality in the past. So how do you get from a leg up to orphaned? I don't think that this orphaned here is as bad as it feels right now. I'm going to tell you, I'm an orphan. I have one person left in my family. I'm an orphan. Yeah. It's not the worst place in the world to be. It's not. Especially when the other people see you as someone who is in lack. So they take advantage of that. They know that if they don't come around, you're going to have no one. And so they stop coming around. They're trying to manipulate you, right? To feeling like you're orphaned. This is a feeling. It might not necessarily be the truth, but it definitely might be a feeling. All right. Moving on. There you go. You need to do it. For your own health, you need to do it. People will watch you. My ex-husband would watch me kill myself, doing whatever it is that I had to do for the family. Yep. And not even pick up anything. Nope. Maybe if I yelled loud enough, but yeah. Okay. So we have endings, right? It says here, moving on, endings that bring healthy beginnings. This was not healthy. Realignment, shift your perspective. There we go. You need a shift in perspective to gain sense and clarity. And then a leap of faith. Well, that's why you feel orphaned, because you're the risk taker. That's why. You're the risk taker, Libra. You so are the risk taker of the group. You are. Taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. You feel like if you're not the workhorse, if you don't have a worth to someone else, that you don't have a worth of yourself. I feel like you are going to take a risk. I feel like you're going to leap, and it feels lonely. To tell you, I'm single. It's lonely, but not lonely enough that I ever want to be back being somebody's workhorse. Just saying, it's time for you to rest. Time for you to listen to your mental and physical health. Something is up with the mental and physical health. Please look into it. And if you are someone who is feeling orphaned or alone this season and going into the new year, please, please, please speak to someone. All right. Tell me about the leg up. What's going on here? So I feel like you're getting a free ride to a lot of people, Libra. I feel like you were. You were given a free ride to a lot of people. And they just got used to climbing up on your back and you carrying the load, carrying it all by yourself. Nobody was helping out. Nobody was noticing you were exhausted. Nobody noticed what you were carrying. They didn't notice it until you left. Yeah. All right. We've got the wall, misunderstanding. That may be how they're trying to keep you there. Look, it's a misunderstanding. You're not my workhorse. It's not what I'm trying to do here. I feel like somebody is trying to make you think that it's a misunderstanding, that they really didn't wish that for you. You will receive a gift. Tell me one more card. Gong, an exciting event. All right. I think the exciting event is you decide to leave. You decide to move on, is what I want to say, Libra. You decide to go on your own path. You need to shift your perspective and have a realignment here in order to gain a sense of clarity. And I think that your sense of clarity sends you into a place of taking a leap of faith. Taking a risk, stepping into some beauty of the unknown, it says here. Tell me about orphaned. What do I need to know about orphaned in 2023? Ooh. These are jumpy today. We got the hand. It says, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So you might, as you're going out on your own, you might realize your leap of faith or you're taking a risk and asking people for help. And, you know, I know as a feminine, even in 2022, it can be kind of terrifying to be on your own, right? Something breaks in your house. Who's going to fix it? Can I afford it? I'm carrying it all. I'm carrying the business. I'm carrying the bills. I'm carrying it all. So you, I think, are going to ask for assistance so you don't feel orphaned. We have April. You could be a Taurus in your moon or your rising, Venus or Jupiter. Well, I guess you can be Libra in your sun, moon, rising, Venus or Jupiter as well. So I feel like either April is significant, the number 4 might be for you. Might be significant. You might be an April, you might have April is Taurus and Gemini, right? No, sorry. It's April, May. Yeah, it is. Yeah. April is the 4th month and then the 5th month is May. And at the end of May is Gemini. So you could be someone who is born in April or the number 4 is significant to you, or April is maybe significant to you. We have the shield. You need to defend yourself. And that's what I was just saying, right? When you're alone, it can be tough because it's all on you. Yeah, it can be really tough. And then it says here, you are on the road to success. You've made the right decision. If you are the person who has left some sort of relationship or business or a place of work because they were putting it all on you, then I think you made the right decision. Slowly but surely getting ahead. There we go. And it does start out by feeling orphaned. I'm just going to say that when I left my marriage, I did feel a little lonely because you know what? A lot of people did, and a lot of people will. If you're the person who's in that situation, even the people who you thought were the closest to you, the couples you used to do stuff with, nope. They're going to nope right out of there because they don't want to get in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. 8 of Cups. We've got the High Priestess. You knew it. You knew you had to go and you thought about it for a while. You actually had a knowing long before you disconnected emotionally with the 8 of Cups. You had a knowing that you had to go. This place was going to kill you. Whatever this is, if it's a job or a relationship, it doesn't have to be either one of those things. It is whatever it is for you. But you knew it was going to kill you, or you knew that it was not something that was conducive to your health. We've got the Strength card in reverse. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. The 7 of Pentacles. You waited to take the risk. And you thought about it for a really long time because that's who you are. We've got the Hermit in reverse. Hermit reverse, we've got the 2 of Wands. So yeah, you want to be seen. It's time to go back to the crossroads. It's time to make a different decision. It's time for you to level up. Take action. on your dreams and the things that you want. All right, so moving on, endings that bring new beginnings. I feel like you do emotionally disconnect from the situation. This guy's looking kind of straight up this way. It's like, I'm out. It's going to kill me if I don't go. I'm out. I think the gift is here. It says you will receive a gift. I think that the gift is that you do disconnect and that you do move on and that you do know that you are moving into healthier beginnings. An exciting event. Well, what is exciting, right? It doesn't look like it's, a gong being hit could be an exciting event, but it doesn't necessarily mean that things are good or things are well. It just is a loud sound that startles you, could excite you. I feel like this person who, if it is a person or a job or whatever, the person or the job or the boss or whatever, when you threaten to leave or when you decide to walk out the door finally, they're going to say, look, it's a misunderstanding. That's not at all what I was trying to do here. But understand that they only went along with what you allowed them to do. And that's the truth. It all starts with us. It's never about what's going on the peripheral. So I feel like you do disconnect. You knew that you were going to. I feel like you were really silent about it. Like it's like you didn't really say anything. You were thinking about it. Your intuition was screaming at you. I see the bright light behind the high priestess's head here. You could be someone who's a light worker. You don't have to be, but this talks about intuition. Strong intuition, being really connected to the universe, connected to self, but also being silent about the plans that you're making, because the high priestess is sworn to secrecy, right? The Eight of Cups, yeah, I feel like you disconnect emotionally. I feel like you're in this relationship, this job, whatever it is, you're in it for a while, emotionally disconnected before you decide to actually go. The High Priestess is here to tell me that you were silent about it, but that you knew it was coming. You had a knowing. You could also have Pisces in the chart. Got Pisces here twice, heavy Pisces. Could be dealing with the Pisces. And then we've got Leo here as well. So realignment, shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity. I think that you were scared. I'm going to be honest. I think you were scared to move, scared to go, scared to realign, because then what? What if everything falls away and you become the orphan? Well, then you just find people who will help you. Find people who are like-minded. You may need to defend yourself in April, is what I want to say. You may need to defend yourself in April, and it may be because of this situation that's not quite tied up going into 2023. You're right now dealing with the emotion of it, not necessarily dealing with the swords. You're dealing with the cups, right? You're not necessarily dealing with the facts and the information that's coming at you right now. You're just trying to get over the hurt of people dropping away as you are taking the biggest risk of your life, I feel, which is really what you should be doing in your alignment, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, right? Things are moving forward for you in a fortunate way. You're on the right track. This change is supposed to happen. You are supposed to look things over and be really silent and go over, some of the details in order to find what it is that you needed to do. Now, the thing is I think while the universe is looking in on you, there's a lot of sunshine, as you can see up here, but I feel like this person has got their fingers in the water, which tells me that this was not a very emotional decision for you. I think you just knew it was time to go when it was time to go. The leap of faith you're taking, I think that you're waiting, honestly, and that is really heroic in itself, because in a world where everything comes to us like this, we need everything right now. Sometimes I have people that cancel readings because they can't deal with waiting, but you're screwing yourself because you just didn't wait. Like you didn't get the information, and what you're going forward to is unknown now because you don't have the patience. I feel like what you're doing is you're taking a risk, and instead of going at it quickly, going at it fast, I think you're waiting. I think you're planting seeds of intention, being aware that you can take a risk and can go quicker if you want, but the leap of faith sometimes does require a little bit of time to digest. And we have the Hanged Man energy here. So I feel like you waited a long time before you actually made the decision to cut out, to leave. I don't think you understood what was going on here, that this was actually not working out for you and actually quite bad for your health. And then you find out that this person, if it is a person, you find out that that person has probably, although they loved you, might have been stepping out. I'm just saying it probably caused divorce. We've got the King of Swords here in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the Seven of Swords here in the bottom right-hand corner. I think that you received some sort of a document and realization that this person was actually lying to you, or that they were stepping out on you, or there's some sort of a document. It could be legal, doesn't have to be, but it feels like it's a legal document about love. And the Seven of Swords tells me that someone's being deceitful, trying to take advantage, trying to get away with something. It feels like it is probably a separation that is not yet in divorce. The realignment that you experience comes from the universe, comes from the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is about change. It's about fortunate change. And the thing is with the Wheel of Fortune is once it rolls forward, and let's be aware that the Wheel of Fortune waits for no one. It's not waiting for you, for sure. Wheel of Fortune is divine timing, which means this is supposed to happen at the time it's supposed to happen. And that's why divine timing is here. And so the universe kind of, I just saw somebody pushing a little boy along who's wearing a diaper, like boop, boop, hitting them in the butt. I feel like the universe just comes along, pats you on the butt and says it's time to move on. And you do. You make your decision and you leave, but you hung there for a very long time, because you knew this was going to be a great sacrifice, right? Because I feel like this misunderstanding is leading to is leading to an eventual gift. It doesn't look like one though. It doesn't look like one because it starts out with 2023 feeling lonely, feeling orphaned. You might decide to spend your time alone on New Year's Eve. You are the leader. Yeah, you got this. You've got this. You're the leader. All right. Let's get some more information here. Tell me about the leg up, please. Tell me about the leg up. We have 2 sevens here. 7 and 7. 3 of them. There's a third one. Oh my. 3 sevens we have in your reading here. All right. Tell me about the leg up, please, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. It was the right thing to do. So I feel like there were too many people that were drawing on your money, drawing on your energy, asking you to do things for them. I really feel like it feels like it was home-based, that a lot of people were taking advantage of your energy, your kindness, your money, and that there was a family here. I feel like you knew that you had to move on because you were not in a healthy situation. You needed a healthy beginning here. And understand that the orphan is not a bad beginning. It just means that you feel lonely. And it's not bad to be alone. That's your place of healing. This person has their head, they have a mask on, a bird mask, and they have their head sort of hanging. This person's been made to feel badly for taking care of their health or doing what they're supposed to do for them. Moving on. And we decide to cut ties. There we go. This ending, which could be a divorce contract, a divorce decree, is leading to some sort of a new beginning. Some sort of love, something that you love, maybe even a King of Swords, maybe an Aquarius, Libra Gemini or Aquarius, right? We're in a general reading. Tell me about realignment. Shift your perspective. What's the shift in perspective here? How did you get the clarity? Shift in perspective, please. The shift in perspective is that this person probably couldn't have loved me past the Page of Cups. That person had affection for you. That person loved you, but maybe they just didn't love you as much as they could or would have. But understand, we also pick people who are on our own vibration. So this tells me that your vibration raised and this person's never did. And that they could only love you at the point at which they knew what love was. So if you don't know about deeper love, you can't love someone deeper. If you don't love yourself, you don't know what it feels like to have deep love. And that's what the Page of Cups is for me. The Page of Cups is the messenger, is the messenger that's giving you a little bit. It might be the sorry you feel that way. apology, or it is someone who has affection for you rather than full-on love. Tell me about the leap of faith, please. You start speaking up. Good for you. And that is what leads you to being orphaned, because now you're being honest with everybody. You're wielding that sword of truth, and you're cutting out anybody who just doesn't comply. Anybody who does not treat you like they should treat you. I feel like you're cutting those people out. Tell me about orphaned. Okay, so it is the family. So I feel like there is a separation or a divorce here is what I want to say. And I feel that you disconnect emotionally from the person that you were with. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Leaving this situation was the best thing you could have done. Moving on is the best thing that you can do if you haven't done it already. Or moving on is the best thing that you could have done. Now you're going to make the best decision for you. Some of you aren't leaving the situation. Some of you are choosing to stay in it. But understand the Five of Pentacles is here. It is about lack. So either lack of pentacles or lack of communication. It is something that you don't have that you want, but you do eventually end up pulling away emotionally. I feel like pulling away emotionally cleans you up. You learn the lesson. We have the Moon. You don't know what's in the future, and it's scary. You know that you have to make the sacrifice. You know that you waited to make the sacrifice. It's time to move forward, but you don't know what's coming up. What's coming up is there's a soulmate in the future for you. But I feel like you're not trusting. You're not trusting this person because of the series of events that you've gone through here. You are become the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you end up being divorced. You become the Queen of Swords, whether you're feminine or masculine. You start speaking up. You start asking for help. You start cutting out people who are not kind to you. And I think April is probably telling me that you're going to get stability, number 4, right? 4 is also the Emperor, just saying. But also, I think that in April, it's probably in spring when you start feeling like you're no longer orphaned. You start to get some stability, and guess what? You level out. You level up. Got the Queen and the King. You end up finding a soulmate. Soulmate is here. You're not going to trust this person when they first come forward, and that's okay. That's all right. You're supposed to protect yourself. But I feel like you are going to have a new start. The new start is the new year. And I feel like it is going to bring kindness and love. And when you sign here, it's going to make you feel the worst ever, I feel. It's going to make you, when you sign on the dotted line, when you go, make sure you go over all the details, right? But when you sign on the dotted line here, I think that gives you freedom, but it also makes you feel alone. Yeah. Sometimes we just need the trade-off, y'all. And that's what it is. Sometimes it is what we need to do in order to take care of us. I just want to see what the Wheel of Fortune's bringing. Look at that. The Sun is here. There's somebody who's going to offer a cup to you, or maybe you've just been bored, and it's time for you to see through the bullshit. We've got the Four of Cups. It's time that you realize that the place that you were sitting here was killing you. Yeah, you weren't going anywhere. You weren't doing anything. You were in redundant, stale energy. The Five of Wands is, I'm in indecision. I don't even know if I want this, but you're going to be pushed along anyway. The universe is pushing you along with the Sun, and it's going to give you clarity about this new start here. So all in all, I think that we are looking at someone who's coming out of feeling stressed out, feeling sad. I think you're going to close this cycle. It's time for a period of growth. And there are new things coming for you here, a message of material things or material wealth or things that are going to materialize in the 3D. You're going to be happy. The Nine of Cups, happiness is coming. Happiness possibly in a partnership. Yeah, it's time to get some courage. It's a decision that you're making. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Libra, for coming here and watching this. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the kindness that you've shown me over this year of 2022. I look forward to servicing you more in 2023. I will be doing more air readings, so I hope you'll come by and look for those. And yeah, don't worry about that orphaned energy. It does sometimes feel very lonely, but I think that you're going to hit the ground running. I think you're going to start asking for help because now you're willing to speak more. You're willing to speak up for yourself. So I think that you are going to end up probably by the spring starting to feel new stability, because 4s are about stability and April is a 4. Yep. You also could meet a Taurus. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Libra. If you're interested in a private read, please look below in the description field. I do have readings for the first quarter available week by week over at Wizio. And so the first quarter readings for the 2023. If you're interested in some predictions, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.